Hey, welcome back to the garage. I'm trying to get caught up on videos here, and in between working on priming the Mustang and coming back and forth and have to let stuff dry, I thought I'd use this opportunity to get caught up on some of the older videos. So today's video is over this glorious green juice called Ospho, right there. Ospho. It's basically a phosphoric acid chemical that will dissolve rust, or it'll neutralize the rust and you can paint over the top of it. So I have used Ospho on other projects, and we've always used enamel paint over the top of it. So I wouldn't recommend trying to neutralize rust and then put an epoxy or urethane primer sealer over the top of it. But you can use it to dissolve the rust, scrub it, and it'll leave a protective coating on it until you're ready to sand it and do your metal prep. So that's what I've done on the hood of the 66 Mustang. I used Ospho, and we took basically dissolved the rust off of it, and it took a real short amount of time. And then I just wiped it off and dried it with a rag, and I just let it air dry, and it put left a film behind on it, and it never flash rusted after that until I was ready. We'd done the sanding and metal prep and everything and got it into primer. So it's really saved me on some things, and I've not had any bad results with it. We actually have some old antique wash tubs that have the aluminum wash tub, but then they had the metal legs on them. And my wife's the one that actually found it, so she took and sanded it down, and then she sprayed it with that Ospho, and then we put just some oil-based paint on it. And they've been out there about 12 years now, and the paint has not come off of it. So really good product. I have a link to that in my bio, or whatever you call that. I am a Walmart creator now, so I do get monetized for selling Ospho. But you can go to my link, go to my store, my Walmart store, select it, put it in your cart, and start enjoying the benefits of Ospho on your project. So, hey, appreciate you watching, and give me a like and a follow. Let's get into the video. Yeah, so the old Mustang was pretty rough when we first got it, and like I said, they used paint remover and took the paint off of it and never put anything over the top of it. So this is just some pictures of me doing the driver's side, and just how quick it's working. And we'll get into the passenger side here in just a second. Okay, I'm going to show you the results on the passenger side. You can kind of see that hazy look to it there. That's the protective coating that it leaves behind, but look at there. It really took the rust off. I've got some funky areas there too that they had set something on the hood and damaged it, but all in all, it came out pretty good. Now on the passenger side, I've already got the Ospho applied. I just poured about 4 ounces in a tub. Used a little cheap chip brush, and just rubbing it in and letting it soak, and letting the product do what it's supposed to do, and attack that rust and dissolve it, and or neutralize it depending on what you're doing. You can load this into a spray gun, like a trigger sprayer, pump sprayer, like old glass cleaner bottle or something like that, and apply it there. So eventually I'll use the Scotch-Brite and we'll start sanding it. Okay, still keeping things wet. I think about 15-20 minutes went by, and I'm just reapplying some more Ospho to keep it wet, and then we'll start scrubbing it and start watching the rust just kind of dissolve and disappear. Yeah, so you see me talking there. There's nothing wrong with your volume. It's just I had to mute it out because I had my radio going and it was picking it up. Yeah, if you'll notice, I'm really having to work that edge real good with that Scotch-Brite pad. That rust was really thick there, so had to really give it some extra attention. And the rest of it, I just kind of a normal sanding was all I needed to do. I'll come in and put a little more of this Ospho on, especially some of these troubled areas. I'm really concerned about the edges. It seems like anytime I see a paint job, or any of my paint jobs anyway, if the paint's going to peel, it's going to be on the edge, and I don't know why that is, but it is what it is, I guess. So so far I've probably used about 4 ounces of this stuff on here, and it's really doing a good job. Really doing a super job here. So now some of these deeper rust spots, I may have to treat them again, but right now I'm just wanting to get it off, and so it doesn't look like crap anymore. Okay, I'm going to start working the edges here. Now I'll eventually take this hood off and turn it up, get it upside down. I'll clean this all up and Ospho it and prime it and paint it. I won't spend as much time as I will on the exterior, but it's got to be done. So I got me a newer pad here. Got a little more abrasive to it, and I'm just going to work these edges. You gotta kind of watch this stuff because it gets everywhere, and you don't want to wear any good clothes out here. Even if you call them work clothes, it will sure mess them up. Yeah, it's really looking good. I think I'm about done, so I'm gonna let it set a little bit longer. So I've scrubbed it about 3 times now with the Scotch-Brite, and then I got that lip around the edge. There was some paint and stuff on that corner over there. I got that off. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it wet for probably 10 more minutes, and I'll just take a rag and wipe it down. Okay, so here we are. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. It's been setting. I think total elapsed time's probably been 30 minutes, 45 minutes at the most. And of course, I've already done the other side, and I'll pop a before and after picture in here right quick. I think it looks pretty good. So what I'll do, we'll scrub this one more time real quick, and then I'm just going to wipe it off, and I'm going to let the residue dry and form that film, And then we can always come in and sand that film down. I'll probably sand it anyway with some 220 or 320 grit sandpaper. So this Ospho works really great with oil-based paints, but they won't, not so good with epoxies. There we go. We'll just let that dry and go from there. Get up close here. This is that corner I was having problems with right here. There was some overspray. So when I sprayed this here, back behind the fender, I got some on here. So it's still kind of wet, but it'll dry and it'll form that film and keep it from flash rusting. Now see, here's some of those areas I was talking about. You know, I don't know what the heck they had laying on there. You can almost see the lines in it. So, you know, I may not be able to save this hood, but we'll try it. What the heck? Put $10 worth of paint on it, or you know, a couple $100 for a nice hood. Now, I hadn't had a lot of good luck with replacement body parts. They just don't fit right, and you got to mess with them. So here's some more of those areas so these darker black areas is where the rust has turned into the phosphoric acid has neutralized it and sealed it. And here's the other side I did. You can see the lines in it. Get up here, ain't focusing for some reason. There you go. Yeah, all these darker spots. Okay, and here's where we're at today with the hood. So I've got 2 coats of epoxy primer on it and 2 coats of sanding sealer, and I've sanded it with 320 grit. Found my high spots. I hit them with just a regular primer. And I will scuff this. I'll spray 1 or 2 coats of sanding sealer on it again. I'll wet sand it 600 grit, and we'll spray the color on it. So it's turned out pretty good. I'm real happy with it so far. I did do a lot of sanding with the bare metal, getting that coating off that the Ospho leaves behind. And I went 80 grit, 120, and down to 220. So it took a lot of sanding, a lot of work, but it's better than you know, probably $300 for a hood. I said $200 earlier, but it's probably $300. So hey guys, appreciate you watching. We'll keep banging out videos and get them uploaded just as quick as we can. So appreciate you watching, and see you on the next video.